Hey guys, hope you're doing well. So in this video we are gonna see about a cool or module, and we're gonna see about regex, which is regular expressions. So it has been implemented in most of the languages, and which is regular expression is itself like a programming syntax where it's focused to fetch information from a string. Like we might have a whole bunch of some scrapped, let's say we have web scrapped something and we have so many text and we just want to scrap only the emails from the text. We can use regex to do this, because if you Python has find function or index function, using that you can find the specific words, but you cannot match any certain patterns. So that's why we use regex. And when it comes to regex are so strict. So when you give a pattern, it will match only the pattern and it will not match any other similar things. So just for an example, let me just open terminal. Let me just open a browser. So it's here. So when I do my projects or when I do anything with the regular expression, I used to first check my patterns with a website called RegEx or EGX. Or I'll post the links down in the description. So this website has, you can input your pattern over here, and here you can put the text you want to scrap from. So here you can see there are some text, and this is the pattern which matches some texts. So we don't want these things. So as I said, let's say we have a text. Let's start from the Python. Let's first import the module, import re, and our text we want to scrap is I am Shah and I am 18 years old. I love Python and I am learning regex. So I'll turn on the word wrap. So this is regex. So, and we also add a email to that, by mail at mail.com. So in here we know we just want to scrap the what is that email. So we'll copy this and we'll copy it here. So here we can put the expression, and if you don't know how to use regex, here you can see a cheat sheet. If you go to the menu and you can see cheat sheet. If you click that, it'll give a normal cheat sheet, and I'll also put some links down below which will have some more extensive cheat sheets, because regex will become more complicated patterns when you wanna extract complicated informations. So basically here you can see /w/d/s. These are backslashes. So when you are using it in Python, you either use double backslash to escape the character or use the raw string. So we'll be seeing that in later. But here you can see /w is for word, /d is digit, and /s is white space. You can also use simply white space, but it's better to use /s. It will be very useful to when you see and understand. So if you're using capital W, it will match everything except words. Capital D except digit. Capital S anything except white space. So many things, and these are so many things, we'll see it later. So here we first will try to fetch the numbers. So here you can see there is a number called 18 and there is no number after that. Why not? We'll say mail 2020. So you wanna fetch all the numbers from this string. So what I can do is, to get the number, we can use /d, right? Yes, /d. So if I just put /d, you can see it is matching 1, and which is 8, and again 2 0 2 0. It is matching each and every numbers, but we don't want that. We want to get the whole numbers. So for that we can use ranges. So here you can see there's a curly braces. If you can put n number inside it, it will match exactly those numbers. So let's try that. And you can also see if it is 2 and comma, and there is, if there's nothing, it means 2 or more matches. So we know our digits will contain at least one. Without one digit there is no number, so we'll say we want to match one digit. So now again you can see it is matching each and every one digit, but we want at least let's say three digits, one or more three digits. So if I say 1 comma 3, you can see 18, because 18 is less than 3, 18 has been matched, and here 202 is matched and 0 is matched simply. So we can just use 1 comma, which will match any digit more than one character long, it will match it. So 18 and 20. If we copy this pattern over here and if we use it in Python, let's say print, and there is a function called findall, which is re dot. So findall expects a pattern and a source to scrap the text from. So we'll put the pattern over here and let's say comma, and the source is the txt, right? And I have used backslash, so either I can use another backslash to escape it, or I'll just use a raw string. So if I just put r before the string, it will be a raw string. And if I print this, you can see I get okay. We didn't add 2020 here, mail 2020. So this gives us a list containing each integers, I mean each numbers, but the type of the return is string because it is fetching from the string. We can convert the string uh, to integer using list comprehensions. Let's say int of I for I in find out, this should print as integers. Here you can see, yeah, you get integers and numbers. So this is one of the function find all, which gives you a uh, list of strings of the matches that you want to match, which is decided by this pattern. So the second function that we are going to see is search all. I'll just close this. Is Bandicam recording still? So the second function we're going to see is search. Again, search will return, you can see find all will return you a list of elements, but it doesn't tell you where those elements are coming from. So these things cannot be tested in this website. Here you can check the pattern. Okay, if the pattern is matching the expected results or not. Here we can, using the search function, we can get the position, like where it starts and where it ends. So we can use re dot search, and again it needs a pattern first. So our pattern is slash d 1 comma, and the source is txt. So this should print as an object of search. Yeah, it prints as a match, and here you can see a span. Using a span object, here it is 18 and 20, which are the indexes of the places. So we can use that method. Yes, span, you can call the span, which will return you the tuple object 1820. So if you can count, okay, so the search function gives us a match object, which we can use to get the index where our match starts and where our match ends. And again, this search object will work on the first occurrence, not on the continuous occurrences. So re.search of, and our pattern and our source, and here I'll just put it in a variable called, search equals this, and print the search. This should print as a match object. Here you can see it's a match object, and here is a span which contains the starting index of the match and the ending index of the match, and there is a property called match which says what has been matched, so which is 18. You can directly get the 18, or if you just want to get where the position is, you can use ser dot start, which will give you the starting index, which is 18, or set dot end, which will give you the end of the index from the search object. And again, remember, find all will give you a list of all the occurrences. Search will get the first occurrence. So there is another functions. I'll just comment this out. And now we'll see about a split. Split is a function which splits an object. I mean, you might already known the split. If you're using Python, using you can use split in a string. It's just like that. So if I say re dot split with, again, in this time you can either use regex patterns, because in normal split function which is associated with a string object, you cannot use regex functions over there. So let's say I want to split this with the three dots, so I'll say three dots. And remember, regex can be used with a simple English words. Like if I want to just match uh, three dots, I can just say three dots. I mean three dots, which will match three dots. But actually you can see which is matching everything, because dot is already in regex operator. Here you can see it accepts any character, that is that dot. So I can escape this character with dash slash slash. Now it is matching only three dots. Let's say I want to match all the words which contains regex, regex. You can, oh shoot, so this contains regex. So you can either use regex patterns or normal strings, because even this is a pattern, because that matches something in the string. So with that being said, we are matching three dots and on the source is txt. So re.split takes, so re.split function, now we are splitting three dots on the txt. So it will give us a list containing I am sure and these, and I love learning, regex, and these things. So we'll print this out. Print, and that is weird. I'm not sure why I got this one. Okay, let's try a simple. Okay, again, this dot contains every character, so we need to escape it. So backslash, 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 and it is a raw string, so no problem. And here you can see I got these elements. So moving on to the next function. The next function is sub, which is substitute. So let's say we want to substitute all the three dots with a single dot. We can do that by, I mean, it doesn't return you anything. I mean, it returns you a new string. So let's try printing it. Print re dot sub, which takes three parameters now. So the first is the replacement, which can be a pattern or a simple string. So we just have a simple string, but again, as dot is not a simple string in regex, we need to escape it. So dot dot dot, and second string is replace with what. So we want to replace it with a single dot, and in what is the source, so source is txt. So this should give us a new text which containing, you can see it has one dot, and here also one dot. So you can again you can use replace method on strings to do this, and again replace will do it on the first, only the first occurrence of it. You need to use for loops to do this, and again for loops are not very efficient when it comes to big data. And again we are using regex because we need to get information from a big chunk of data. That is the reason. So now you might ask a question: if I'm using, again using regex for a big chunks of data, how it is even optimized when it is compared to for loops and other things. So for this, it is not, again it is not regex is also not an optimized way to get this, but there is an option in regex where you can compile your pattern, which gives you a caching opportunities. So when you compile a pattern, it will cache it in the memory. So whenever you ask, instead of fetching the pattern with again and again on the string, it uses the cache in the memory to do this. So you can do that by let's say pat, which is the pattern, and re.compile. Compile will compile our current pattern. So our current pattern, we want to compile our old pattern, this one. So you can put this. So once we compile this will give us a compiled pattern as a return, and we can store it in the pat. Now instead of using re.findall, we can use pat.findall. So this will contain the compiled pattern. So now we don't have to pass in the pattern, we can just say txt. Oh no, we can just say txt and we'll just print it out. This will again give us the same results, but when you do this in a bigger data, you can get a boost in performance. And also again, which gives us a list data, find all gives us a list data. So for this there is another option you can use called finditer. So again we can use this in a for loop, but the reason it is not better than other for loops is it will give us the iterator. So pat dot find iter, and we can give it the txt, which gives us the iterator so that we can get the information only when we need it. So it does lazy computation. So if we try to print I, here you can see we get the iterator for the match object. We can get the match. So now instead of iterating a list, we are iterating a iterator. So we are, I mean, you are not iterating iterator, you are just yielding the information one by one from the matches. So this is not, this will not give a memory overload or anything. So this gives us a optimized performance, and you can get the span object from the I by calling the span, and you can use it in your uses for anything. So there are some other uh, flags and some other functions out there we can use, but we're not gonna cover everything in here. Already the video is more than 20 minutes. So the homework is you check it on your own. The regex even has a better uh, documentation than any other thing that I have seen. Just say regex Python. Oh yeah, that is RE. So here you can see more, there will be more explanation on each operator, but it will not be having somewhat eye-catching level of explanations. So if you want to learn, I mean, here you can see how the functions, how to use these functions. If you go down for a while, here you can see module contents, which will show how to use all the functions. But if you want to learn more about regex and its patterns, there are some things that I used to learn even before starting this tutorial. I just want to freshen up, so I use some websites, which is regex one. So this website gives you this will explain you what to do, and it has a lessons kind of architecture. So it'll show you what to learn from the first, and it will test your understanding. So we just do this first lesson. So we want to match this, match this, match this. So which has, everything has alphanumeric characters. So you can see slash d will match any digit, slash capital D which is for non-digits. So we can just say slash w, which matches everything. So let's continue with this, and here you can see we want to match this, but we don't want to match this one. So as you can see, there is a pattern, everything ends with a dot and everything has a 3-letter words. So you can say anything can be there, just dot means any character. So again any character, any character. Now we match these things, but again we are matching also this ABC because this is also any character. So you want to say which ends with a dot. So now we are matching these three and we have skipped this one. So likewise you can learn everything from this explanation and do here. And another expression, I mean another website for learning regex is learnregex. Learnregex.com. This website is even looks damn cool. Like, see, you have green text on black screen. Like, who doesn't like green text on black screen? So here you can test it out. And if you want to do a project, and if you want to test how your string works on other patterns, you can use this regexer to test your patterns. And with that all said, regex might be looking like it can match anything, but the problem is, yes, regular expressions are so useful. So many program languages are implemented this. Even Perl or Perl taken to this next level where you can use so many functions in regular expressions. And each time when you use a regular expression, you are literally invoking a search engine, which is a powerful search engine to find patterns on your text. And literally regular expression can match everything, as it is also strict. It will match only the patterns that you said and nothing else than that. But the problem is, when you when there is a easier way to do this, you don't want to use regex compile. Like, sometimes you just want to find a single word which is so easy. With if you can do it without a regular expression, just do it without regular expression. If you think you can find a way to use, how you can find a way to extract this information, and that is the time when you have to use regex. The one reason is, when you use regex, it is complicated. When you want to get complex information from data, your regex expression gonna get so complicated. So it will be a problem for upcoming developers who want to maintain your code. So if you are thinking of using a regex, or if you have used a regex, better use a commenting on every regex you have used. You don't have to explain what slash w does, what slash t does. Just say what this pattern matches, and just make a simple comments over there. And also, when you are using regex, use test cases. In if you are using python, you can use unit test. Using unit test, you can test the outcomes of each patterns, because as I said, it is so strict, so it will not match some characters. So once you matched with the regexer, once you done, this has been completed. Regexer is simple regex compiling machine, and other programming languages will match the text differently. So it's good to use test cases in your programming before you hit it to production, or when you do it for other cases. So that's all the python regexes. I'll put all the learning links in the description below. And bye.